PEGI 18.
Callum Swan, aka Swanny, has been competing professionally in the Call of Duty franchise since 2010, and he's considered a veteran of tournament gaming. He recently returned to the UK from Chicago, where he was training with OpTic Gaming. So let's head to London to hear what Swanny had to say about his experience in the OpTic house, being back home in the UK, and where he sees his future in gaming. So you're back here in London. How's it been so far?
It's been great, to be honest, to come back. I mean, I think it's the best city in the world, to be honest. I mean, Chicago was great. The weather wasn't that great. I was actually there for 2 months, which was, although it was it's the longest I've spent actually away from home. It was quite a premature stay because I was expecting, or I was happy to stay forever, to be honest. That's just how much I enjoyed it and things. But yeah, unfortunately, I had to return home before I expected. But it's left me in a pretty good position.
And as far as OpTic goes, living with those guys, I mean, how was that dynamic?
This might sound sort of super light and extreme, but it was literally probably the best experience of my life in terms of just how much, not just how much I enjoyed it, but how much I learned actually, both in game and out of game, like as a person. And the fact that everyone in the house is kind of striving towards the same goal in the same environment, it just creates such a productive dynamic within the group.
So what did you learn from them that you were able to bring back here at Epsilon?
You know, I probably learned more in those few months than I did, you know, in the 6 months prior to whilst I was competing in Europe, because not just the quality of competition, but just the sheer quantity of high caliber teams. You know, I was playing like 8-10 hours a day. Even when I came back over here, there are so many things that I'm able to sort of not teach, but guide my team on, the factors of the game we didn't even consider. Just knowing what it takes mentally in order to prepare for competition in front of thousands of people, or even hundreds of thousands who are watching online. And in the back of your mind, there's obviously the prize money, and it was really beneficial in just preparing myself mentally and making sure I'm in the right frame of mind in the future.
So what do you think the upside of being a professional gamer is?
Firstly, being able to meet sort of the diversity of people you meet. You know, I've met people and I've even formed like really close friendships with people who previously, without gaming, I wouldn't have looked at them if we walked past in the street and things. And secondly, the traveling, you know, which ties in with meeting people, you know, traveling to different countries, different locations where I just wouldn't have even dreamt of it. I wouldn't have had those opportunities had it not been pursuing gaming.
So I mean, there's the upsides, but then what about the downsides?
Specifically pre-tournament, not particularly post-tournament, but initially pre-tournament, you know, the months or even the weeks, the days leading up to before, you're playing sort of, or as an individual, I'm playing sort of 8 or 10 hours a day, you know, even 12 hours a day sometimes, depending on the schedule. So even though it's something that I highly enjoy and something that I'll never get totally bored of, it still can get monotonous.
So what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a professional gamer?
As eSports continues to grow, there'll be more and more sort of job opportunities created within the industry. Given my interest in writing and English and things, perhaps some form of games journalism or something along those lines, but I could definitely see myself remaining in the gaming industry for the foreseeable future.